Beth arrives in Croatia and enjoys the beautiful scenery of the city as she chats with her taxi driver Zane. He drops her off at her destination, where she will be staying, and gives her a business card. This weekend getaway was planned by her best friend Kate, as they haven't seen each other in a long time. Their room is incredible with a beautiful view, and everything is paid for with Kate's ex-husband Jay's credit card. Beth gives Kate a necklace as a gift to thank her for planning everything. Later, Beth is changing for dinner while video chatting with her husband Rob and their newborn baby, Aster. Kate enters looking gorgeous, says hi to Rob before they head out, and they bump into Sebastian, who is the landlord. They catch up over dinner. Beth expresses her regret for not being there for Kate during her divorce and confides that her own marriage has hit a rough patch. She doesn't know what to do, but Kate suggests divorce, though Beth feels it might be too extreme. Just as Kate is about to say something more, their food arrives. After finishing their meal, the waiter informs Beth that Jay's card got declined. Kate is on the phone with him arguing. Kate then covers the bill and convinces Beth that they should go have some fun. Beth calls Zane to take them to a club. While Kate touches up her makeup, Beth chats briefly with Zane. Beth is an American living in London, and Zane is from Syria. At the club, they meet two guys and join them. The two men flirt with them, and Kate suggests that Beth have a one-night stand, which Beth considers crazy. As the night continues, Beth has too many drinks and passes out. The next morning, Beth wakes up in her room unable to remember anything from last night. She looks for Kate, but can't find her, only to see Kate's dress and evidence indicating she had a fun night. She tries to call Kate many times, but it all goes to voicemail. She then calls Rob and informs him that Kate is missing. Rob advises her not to worry, suggesting that Kate is probably out on her own, and asks if they had a fight. Beth vaguely recalls they had an argument. She then goes to find Sebastian and asks if he has seen Kate, but he also hasn't seen her. He reveals that they brought back two guys to party last night, which violates the policy, and they will be charged extra for it. Worried about Kate's safety, Beth goes to the police station, but the police officer Pavic doesn't take it seriously, accusing them of simply partying too hard. His colleague Kovac walks in, attempting to help her, but Pavic tells her he can handle it. Since Kate hasn't been missing for 24 hours, they cannot file a report. After leaving the police station, Beth calls Zane to take her back to the club from last night. The bartender claims he doesn't remember anything, but when Zane walks in and questions him aggressively, he finally speaks up. Zane informs Beth that the two guys are escorts and often look for tourists at this club. Beth realizes then that Kate must have hired them, as she kept saying that one night of excitement might bring Beth out of her rut. At night, with still no word from Kate, Beth calls Rob, who dismisses her concerns due to Kate's self-centered and wild personality. But Beth doesn't believe that Kate would ditch her like this, and postpones her flight home until she finds her. The next day, Beth finds the posts of the two escorts on social media. Zane contacts them, pretending to hire them. While waiting, Beth shares that Kate was her college roommate, and she met Rob through her. She also learns that Zane's wife passed away. The escorts show up, and as soon as they see Beth, they run away. Zane and Beth immediately chase after them and manage to catch one of them. Zane forces him to reveal that they last saw Kate at 3 a.m., and they didn't do anything to her except stole her bag and pawned it. They then go to the shop and retrieve the bag, and Kate's phone too. With this new information, they return to the police station. Before Beth enters, Zane asks her not to mention anything about him as he doesn't want his visa revoked. This time Kovac helps Beth and sends Pavic away when he keeps questioning her story in a judgmental way. Beth doesn't give them Kate's phone, only the bag and the names of the escorts, expressing concern that something bad might have happened to Kate. Kovac tells her to take some tests, as she might have been assaulted. Beth then goes to the hospital to do so. Later, she calls Jay, who also believes this is just typical Kate behavior, and he doesn't know anything about the credit card, and he hasn't had any phone calls with her. Beth returns to their apartment. She finds Sebastian packing Kate's belongings as their checkout time has passed. After he learns that Beth wants to stay behind to search for Kate, he offers her another room downstairs. She tries to access Kate's phone but finds it locked. Later, as she is about to go out for dinner with Zane, Rob unexpectedly shows up, so Zane leaves them alone. Rob blames Beth for trusting a random guy, even suggesting that Zane might be involved in Kate's disappearance. This upsets Beth, and Rob apologizes. While Beth explains everything that happened, she receives a call from the police asking her to identify a body. Kate has been found dead, and the cause of death will be determined after an autopsy. The next morning, Beth wakes up to find Rob already awake, unable to sleep, and feeling guilty for not being nicer to Kate. Beth suggests that he return to London to take care of their daughter, as she plans to stay behind to wrap things up. Afterward, Pavic drives Beth to the police station and informs her that Kate was murdered. Beth requests to see Kate one last time to say goodbye, and asks Pavic for some privacy. She then unlocks Kate's phone using Kate's face and hides in the restroom to check the phone. In the call log, she finds a strange number saved as Handyman and discovers it goes to Rob's voicemail. Checking the text messages, she is shocked to find out that they had been having an affair. Later, during the interrogation, Kovac tells her that they found illegal substances in their blood, and the two escorts have alibis. Witnesses at the club also saw Beth and Kate arguing that night. The police suspect her of killing Kate and prohibit her from leaving the country. Povich takes her back to retrieve her passport and gives Sebastian his card. Afterward, Beth calls Jay, who already knew about the affair. Later, she meets with Zane and confides in him about her husband's affair with her best friend. She also considers the possibility that Kate may have spiked her drink to prompt an affair, so Rob would leave her. At night, Rob calls her and she confronts him. He tries to apologize, saying it didn't mean anything. She tells him that the police now suspect her of being the murderer, and if they find out about the affair, they will consider it as her motive. The next day, the police arrest Beth. Kovac questions her about her relationship with Zain, who is a member of an Albanian criminal gang involved in human trafficking. She accuses Beth of hiring Zain to kill Kate because they found out about the affair. Beth requests a lawyer and is released soon after because the police don't have enough evidence. She returns to the apartment and finds Zain waiting for her. He explains that Sebastian let him in, and he has nothing to do with Kate's murder. Zain saved the son of someone involved in the trafficking gang, and in return, that person helped Zain get into this country and obtain a visa, but he doesn't work for them. Beth chooses to believe him. While alone, Beth finds it strange how the police found out about the affair and recalls that Pavic gave Sebastian a card. She then discovers a hidden camera on the mirror, realizing that her conversation with Jay was overheard. She finds Sebastian and learns that he's going out to watch a movie. While he's not looking, Beth steals his keys. She then sneaks into his room and is surprised to discover that every room has hidden cameras, even the bathroom. Beth finds the recording of the night Kate went missing. It shows that after they put the passed-out Beth on her bed, the three of them went to the jacuzzi to have fun. Later, as Kate stepped away for a moment, the two escorts stole Kate's purse and took off in a cab, with Kate chasing after them in another cab, from which Beth takes down the license plate number. After a while, Kate returned with another car and was arguing with the driver. At that moment, Sebastian returns, and she hits him with the door before running out. Sebastian tries to explain that it's only for security, but she doesn't believe him. He then deletes all the footage. Beth attacks him before running out and finds Zain outside, who took her to the taxi company to find the owner of the vehicle. The guy says that after they followed the escorts but lost them on a one-way street, he took Kate to the police station to file a report. Beth is confused why there wasn't such a report when she reported her missing. The taxi dispatcher sees Beth on the news as a suspected murderer and calls the police. Shortly after, the police show up, and Beth realizes that it was Pavic's car that dropped Kate back that night, indicating Pavic's involvement in Kate's disappearance, which is why he didn't file a report. Beth and Zain try to run away, but there are too many police officers, so Zain gives himself up to the police to give Beth time to escape. Pavic chases Beth to a rooftop, where she accuses him of killing Kate because she rejected his advances. As the two struggle, Kovac arrives, causing him to become distracted and accidentally fall off the building's ledge to his death. Later at the police station, Kovac informs Beth that they've found security footage from the street. It's believed that Pavic reacted badly after Kate rejected him. He hit her on the back of the head and then dumped her in the river while she was still alive. Pavic had a history of assaulting sex workers, but he couldn't be fired due to a lack of evidence and was transferred to tourism. They've also found illegal substances in the escort's apartment that they used to drug women to rob them. Kovac gives Beth her passport back. She hugs Zain to thank him for his help. Back in London, Beth and Rob break up. One day, Beth is on her way to dropping Astor off at Rob's place. He wants reconciliation, but she refuses. Beth asks for her key back, and while searching, she can't believe she finds black onyx beads from the necklace she gave Kate in Rob's jacket pocket. She hides in the bathroom and tries to calm herself down. When she calls Kovacs to tell her the truth, Rob checks up on her, so she has to put away her phone and go out. She confronts him and he admits that he flew to Croatia to prevent Kate from revealing their affair. He claims that Kate was in love with him and urged him to end his relationship with Beth. In truth, Rob was willing to leave Beth for Kate, who considered the affair the biggest mistake of her life and intended to confess to Beth. Rob became angry and aggressive with Kate, pushing her into the water before running off. Rob pleads with Beth not to call the police, but she reveals that the police have been listening in the whole time. Beth leaves with her baby as the local police are on the way to the house.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our channel for more videos.